Alright, so this is block 12. This went 3-0, so definitely I complete 360 from last block, but I definitely feel like I needed block 11 to happen, because you know it's just gonna happen eventually. But this was a 3-0, so definitely great that I won all 3 games. But honestly, learned a lot more about Tryndamere and Gangplank early, because Tryndamere is just always gonna be a hard matchup for me. I think just like also Scion, but sort of just maybe me in general, just like sort of gauging how to play off of him and like sort of what he does. But the main things was just me getting like not playing with my spacing, like especially against a really good Tryndamere. They're going to be holding their E as long as possible because that's their only way to sort of close the distance. And it's going to be waiting to use that E for as long as possible. It has like a 12-second cooldown, so yeah, going to be holding that, and I need to sort of play aggressive but not use my abilities. And it's sort of like that mind game of being like trying to make them use their abilities but you don't want to use yours, and definitely playing around his Fury. I think I just need to start attacking him here because it's like he can auto me, yeah, sure, but it's not going to do that much damage. See, and then once I let him get that, I think he got his Fury from the E. Let me see. Yeah, he got it. He got it from the E. And then I sort of realized, oh crap. I mean, I sort of make it back, so it's okay. But yeah, and then that happens. So couldn't get too many minions off that because I wanted to try and go and see if I could get. Honestly, I should have played this a lot better. So actually, first I do want to write down just focusing on his Fury. Because that's when he's gonna want to go in. He's gonna want to go in when his Fury's high, or it's like halfway, so that when he goes in with his Fury with the E, he hits some minions on the way, and then it stacks. So it's like a big bunch of Fury at one time. So also, if he's really thinking about it, he's gonna really want to use his E on the wave and get me. So I'm actually want to see. Yeah, he kills 2 minions there, so 2 CS and he gets a perfect trade on me. Like, I just realized that. Like, I need to start thinking about area attack abilities way more, and like not, oh, he's only gonna try and hit me with it, but like if he's standing there, what can he get out of it? So with that, it's gonna be and I actually want to just have that overall really like and like Camille, because I remember with these guys like Darius and Camille, like they're gonna want to farm with it. So that's why I was thinking about it, and I didn't even think about like Tryndamere would also apply to that. So just thinking anybody, most top laners that I'm thinking of, they're gonna have an AoE. Like pretty much most of the top laners have an AoE. So they're gonna want to use that to one farm and hit me, of course. So if they can get a perfect trade and get up in CS, because I'm at 1 CS right now, like that's perfect for him. This is a perfect. This is like absolutely beautiful for the Tryndamere right now. I don't know if I checked the scoreboard, but But here, honestly, should have just been in my favor now, because he really wanted to stay. So I should have just predicted more when his E was going to be up. That's just me getting used to the matchup, because I think this is my second Tryndamere matchup. So it's just sort of getting used to it, and I'm realizing it's going to be a really tough matchup. Whenever I play Sion into Tryndamere, it's going to be hard. I'm going to have to really be focusing on the mind games, really focusing on sort of baiting him into when a Q is going to go off. I really could have gotten it there if I just held it for a little bit longer to get the knock up, but it's fine. I'm just trying to honestly like just dry him out of CS right now. Hopefully getting that cannon. Honestly, should have used my minion dematerializer later, just because it's like he can't do much here, so might as well just like make it as long as possible. I do get ganked by Sejuani here, and it's like I sort of felt it happening. I said that's kind of why I wanted to just clear it as soon as possible. And I think honestly I was focused way too much on the kill here. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm really like, I should be thinking about it, but definitely should be thinking about the wave state and everything and my abilities, because here I get ganked with Sejuani. I'm like, oh god. So can't do too much. He gets the kill, or I think Sejuani does. But I think I was focusing way too much on the kill, and from that it's sort of just I was getting sloppy because I missed 2 E's, was really just wasting all of that to get the kill. Wasn't thinking about the jungler, wasn't thinking about any of that, just like, oh, I can make it back, I can make it back from a bad start. So yeah. I'm gonna write that down actually. All right. And like here, I still was focused on getting that kill. I was using my E so much, just trying to like slow him down, just trying to bait him. It's like I think I was just making so many mistakes with it. See, and like it's just I was really, and I took that horrible trade. Just overall, just focusing way too much and being like, oh, I gotta kill him, I gotta kill him. And then kind of get into this precarious situation where it's like I just can't do much because of the E's on top of me. Yeah. Yeah, I sort of know that I'm already dead there, so. I think I go 0-4 before I start like picking it up, but honestly, like it was just, I feel like honestly I will improve so much if I can just get the laning phase down. Just the first 10 minutes, 5 minutes even. Because the game, I don't know why. I really enjoy 20 minutes plus. And it's of course because I'm playing like Sion or something. But like I really do enjoy the game at that point. And it's just I can just do things. I know what's gonna happen. I know, oh, objective. I know split pushing is good here. I know all like doing all that. Like I understand why I'm still winning these games, which is great. But it's just like I know I could be making it so much easier on myself if I just get the lane face down. And it's like, oh, it's so close. I feel like I'm getting it. But mainly with Tryndamere, it's just gonna be a hard matchup. Just not wanting to chase the kill, especially with this sustain. Just sort of bullying him, trying to actually use it. I think honestly trying to use his sustain against him, because I feel like most people, like Tryndamere players, would try to stay in lane as long as possible, keep the pressure up, yeah. But with that, if they get a certain low, try and sort of like baiting them back in with that sustain. But yeah, he does kind of get me here, but it was just kind of a, oh, this was unfortunate. I accidentally pressed R instead of E. And I was like, oh my god, it was over. But it's fine. And then honestly, it's just, I think I need to get used to playing like, because Sion's a late game champ, of course. But you can still get a lot of damage off early game if you play him really well. But once you get past, like once you get item, I actually, honestly, that was my fault. It should have went in with, but I didn't see that the Viego was that close. I saw the ping, but I mean, he still got the kill, so that's great. But if you can play him really well, he'll still be fine early game. But it's once you get those tank items, then it's just like you just start doing so much damage, and that's why I feel like I do so much better late game, because it's I can control him better once because I know the limit with items better. For some reason, I know, oh, I can do this with this item, you can do this with that item, and it's just hard for me to gauge that without any items, even though I start the game without any items every time. But yeah, honestly, I don't think there's too much I really want to look at in this game, because from here it's sort of just a slow, like they make some big mistakes and then we just take advantage of it. Honestly, don't think anything too major. I see he's down there, then I try and punish with the 2 plating, so that's nice. I think Sejuani comes up top. I see Tryndamere gets killed, so it's like I know. I don't think I actually get the plate. That's unfortunate. I didn't realize that. But yeah, nothing too major, honestly. Just knowing now from here on out that Tryndamere is going to be a hard matchup. Not disrespecting him. Doesn't matter if the player is good or bad. Doesn't matter. They're literally in my rank. I'm playing against them. That means they're my skill level. Okay, so always sort of respecting the Tryndamere, knowing it's going to be a bad match. Not bad matchup, a hard matchup. But yeah, next game. So this is gonna be Gangplank. Honestly, I feel like the reason why it was just a skill issue. He was better than me. The reason why I didn't do well was mainly because I'm so used to I wouldn't say just bad Gangplanks, but sort of Gangplanks that don't focus on their barrels as much, because I always was used to where they'd put the barrel down, I'd sort of like walk around it, you know, bait the second barrel, but then just walk into the barrel and then break it, or something like that. But that's just bad Gangplanks. I wrote that down here. Like last thing, I mean, you can try and last hit the barrels if it's in a good situation, but like it really only works on bad Gangplanks, because he's always going to be able to hit that faster. But yeah, I was just taking a bunch of damage from the barrel. Like I didn't think the barrels were going to do that much, but the crit chance when it crits, it's just like, oh. And yeah, like just sort of realizing that like the last time I played against a Gangplank was a lot, I don't know, like maybe 6 months ago or something. Not 6 months ago, maybe like, I don't know, since I started the ranked split this season, like probably just a really long time ago. I haven't really played against that many Gangplanks, and like sort of playing against one that's also like in this skill bracket is kind of like, oh, okay, so this is what we're dealing with now, because did not think could break the barrels that fast. But yeah, I think I get screwed there. So let's see. So I was like, oh, barrels up. I didn't actually think he could get his barrel that bad, the second barrel that fast. I'm seeing that it's 18 seconds for the recharge time, so it's like, wait. So I think it's at 140 he puts the barrel down, so you should have it at 158 since he's level 1. Which, that doesn't really make sense to me. Maybe, wait, let me read the ability. Oh, I'm stupid. It's a charge. I didn't realize that he has charges on it. Okay, makes more sense. So he can honestly get his second barrel pretty fast. It's not going to be a long cooldown. I think it's the third barrel because I think you only have 2 charges as Gangplank. So sort of here, I was like, oh, I can like bait it a little bit, but I did not think the second range of the barrel was that large. Because I actually always thought that the barrel had to be in the same range as the first barrel, or really close to it. I didn't realize that only the I did not realize that only the let me see. I did not realize that only the red line has to be in the same same sort of area. So I guess sidestepping like up into here would be better than backing off, because or running to the corner like where they don't both overlap, because I just want to see honestly where that second barrel goes. It's gonna be a little bit, but whatever. So yeah, it'd be better just to, he's probably just gonna do it in a line. I mean, he could do it based off where I'm walking, but probably just going directly left into this little like pocket is probably going to be, because I had time. If I was already going that way, I would have been completely fine. So honestly, sort of walking into the barrels, if that makes sense. So yeah, just sort of aiming for the pocket above or beneath, because I feel like that's going to be way better than trying to bait it. I feel like knowing, actually, also I want to look, yeah, I was in that entire group of minions. Of course he's going to want to do it there, because then he gets the minion clear. Okay, honestly, like, it's all coming together. It's all coming together. Replacement most. And like I remember just seeing this, like I think on YouTube either today or yesterday, just like I saw a video saying like, yeah, you're not dodging AoE attacks because you're not looking at the minion health. And it makes so much sense. Like just saying that, like that video just showing that, just like boom, it just makes sense. That because it's like, not only did they like show it in the video itself, just like the clips, but like I'm just seeing it in my own games right now, and this is before I even like saw it. So it's like, it makes sense. It also just makes sense logically, like that you'd want to do that. So actually, I want to predict. Yeah, I was just gonna say I wanted to sort of predict where I should go based off this barrel. Oop. Let me close it and reopen. All right. Okay. All right. I was gonna say I wanted to see sort of based off this barrel where it's gonna go. I was thinking probably gonna be around here. So like the best case sort of course of action, walk forward directly down to right here, sort of where my cursor is in game. But I see he does it around there. I honestly want to see if I'm standing like let's say on this little grass patch that I would be safe. So no. Then it probably would have just been better to I guess honestly it makes sense that he would put the barrel there because it covers this entire area. So it would be probably best to walk that way. Okay. It's also going to be per Gangplank just studying sort of how they do the placement in game. Like just noticing that. Honestly just want to see more of his barrel placements. So I don't know if that hit me or it didn't. Okay, it didn't. So I honestly baited him there. And I think here I was like, yeah, I'm dead, so I'm just going to go for the death angle. And that was my first death. So not too bad. Honestly, after that second hit, should have realized I'm not going to make it. Should have went back to wave. I believe he used his remove scurvy right before. Yeah, so he uses it there. I think it gives him maybe a bit of a speed boost. Actually, I want to see real quick. So it doesn't give him a speed boost, but so it was the first death, so nothing too major, I would say. But yeah. I don't know why I didn't hit that melee minion. Miss cannon. Trying to think honestly, how would you even get out of that barrel? Because like, just honestly, actually, I shouldn't even be there because this completely blocks off this. So the barrel is going to have to be in this range, meaning I can't get over to here in time to dodge it. I can't get over to here, and if I'm already walking this way, I can't go back here. So honestly, should have just assessed that and then been like, yeah, what am I doing here? Like, there's no minions that I need to get. I can maybe get a trade on him, but it's not even worth it. And then I just chunk a barrel for no reason. So it's like, and I didn't even gain anything. I just walked back. So, I guess I should have been, looking onto the map, seeing what I could have done, because it's like the waves pushing into him, can't do too much there. Okay. So here's where I try and last hit it, so he's just gonna blow it up, yeah. Actually, does it do less damage if it's only one barrel? Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing that it does any more damage if it's on like the second barrel, third barrel, or first barrel. So, I think it's because actually why that barrel didn't do too much damage is because he didn't use his parlay ability or whatever. The Q, I think it is. Yeah, the Q, because that does more damage and the damage carries out the barrel itself. So that's because that's why I was running out. I was like, that did no damage. Yeah, that's why it's doing so much damage, is because it's carrying the damage. So, is that why then if the barrels have to be in the red ring to do melee damage, but it has to... I'm thinking that's probably why. So that's probably why I could, with other Gangplanks, just walk up and defuse the barrel, because they weren't using the parlay or its Q on it. Okay, that's making so much more sense. All right, I'm definitely seeing now. This is like a heavily skill based matchup. Like, it's, I wouldn't say. I'd say it's pretty equal, honestly. Like, he has some pretty good tools to make my life miserable, but I feel like if I get a good Q off on him, it makes his life miserable. So, very, very interesting matchup, honestly. And here I was just thinking, because I was like, why are you pushing the wave? Because, like, I was already here, so it's like I could have already gotten the wave. I mean, I think I get a plate off of it, so it's okay. But I was like, would have been nice to get a little CS on him. But it's whatever. Honestly, I don't think it's anything else too major. I think more just that I did have an unfortunate event here. I should have just called it off, like... Yeah. It was my fault for going in. Yeah, once he got the crit chance up, then it was like... That makes sense. It makes sense now. I realize how his ability works is because when the barrels hit with the Q, his Q also has the crit chance. So then if it does hit with a crit chance, it's going to do insane damage compared if he hit it with the melee. Okay, that makes much more sense. So that honestly makes his barrels, I would say, less of a threat if he doesn't have his Q up. But his Q is at 4.5 second cooldown anyways, so it's like he's going to have it up every sort of engage. And here's what I mean, like tanking the barrels. I did not think it was going to do that much damage, and I was like thoroughly surprised when it happened. I was like, oh. So also watch out for bushes. I mean, I already know I'm a bush champion and a bush warrior as well, like with Sion, so it's like... Honestly, I don't think there's too much more left in the game, really. Like, I feel like I've definitely gotten the mode. I think, honestly, why, like what I was saying earlier, was that, like, I'm better in the later game, is because it's like I know everybody's abilities. It's just I don't know the sort of minute interactions of it. Because once you're in lane, you have to go 1v1 with them, toe to toe. You have to know the exact interaction that it's going to do so that you can know how to react to it. But the main thing is, if you just know the general idea of an ability in a team fight, you can just be like, oh yeah, I just need to like dodge that or something. Because people usually, I would say, use their abilities a bit differently in team fights than 1v1s. And it's like you're going to get, I guess, less of those like minute interactions in team fights. And that's why I feel like I'm better in team fights. Because it's like I know everybody's abilities. But it's more just those tiny details, I would say. But honestly, I think this was a really good game, really good educational game for Gangplank. The next one was interesting, to say the least. I really didn't know what else to think of, like, after I played that game, because it was just like, all right. It was a proxy Garen, which is interesting. I mean, I saw off at the beginning, like, I think I even, like, yeah, when I, like, tab there a couple times, then I'm like, I'm looking at his runes, and I'm like, yeah, here. I'm looking at his runes, and I'm saying, like, he's running Phase Rush. And I was wondering, like, why the hell is he running Phase Rush? And made sense now. So honestly, I guess I know if I ever see a Phase Rush Garen that they might be proxying, but it was we needed somebody to watch here because he just snuck in. He ended up like right here. We should have had Talia should have been mid lane there. I guess I could honestly ping assist, like just to have somebody there, because it's like there's no reason that Talia is there. Like, what is the point? Because we have Akali, Briar, so like, okay, she gets a poke, but like, information-wise, it's completely useless that she's there. Or I mean, Akali, because she's the mid laner. I meant Akali, so it's fine that Talia was there, whatever. But like, since she's the mid laner, she should be here to get the information. I feel like. So once I saw that, I was like, man, and then I just knew, okay, it's whatever. Like, and I'll just get executed because I knew he'll probably stay there for 3 waves. So I was like, I'll just get executed, use my passive, whatever. He let some minions through, which helps, but honestly, he just did a very poor job. Like, here's the thing. I feel like if he did it better, it would have been a lot worse. I did miss a minion there, but I don't know. Just like over time, he slowly started losing some CS, and then just like I don't even know what the goal was. Like, I understand the proxy, but then he just kept doing it like out of a troll. And I knew here, I was like, oh, tease, yeah. But honestly, on this game, I'm gonna focus more on the aspect of sort of proxying, how to stop it, or how to sort of react to it. Because I can't really learn anything from Garen. I've played against Garen a bunch of times, you know. This is the first time I played against Garen in like the whole blocks. But so I'm not really gonna gain anything from this game because he barely even stays in lane. Like I think I interact with him like 2 times total, like actually in lane. Other than that, it's like back here. It's not like trading wise is what I mean. So like I still interact with him, but it's not trading. It's more just like full on like fighting. So yeah, I just take the death. I'm like, whatever. It's just gonna be an execute. I'll be able to probably be ahead of him and see us maybe push it out, get a cull. But I do have some lane action here. But it's just very rare when he's here, so it's like stayed out of. Honestly, I feel like I'm pretty comfortable fighting against Garens, especially because of I actually didn't see Briar was there again. Should have checked my map, and I preemptively kind of popped my ghost. But I should have also had in the back of my mind that he did have phase rush, so especially Garen. Like, Garen is just notorious for running. Like, as a champion, I mean, like, Deadman's play top lane, you do something, then you just run away, and like that's fine because that's literally his kit, so that's what it is. But should have also put into my mind, oh, he's got phase rush, so he's not going to be able to. They're probably not going to be able to catch him unless they have a stun. But see, he wastes his empowered. Sort of just try and keep him off. Tank the damage because it's really not too much. Make him lose the cannon because I sat in front of it and he got the empowered on me. But mainly, honestly, Briar was so clutch just because I think she just started playing topside once that initially happened because she just realized. I think either one, she realized, oh, I need to help topside for proxy, or 2, I get free kills. Either or, I don't care. It had the same result. She gets to steal the top camp, and honestly, like, I feel like I'm just getting good trades on him. He's really just has to use his abilities to even get in. There was the phase rush, and I actually didn't expect him to move that fast. I was like, wow. But the reason also I'm staying up so far is because we have 3 wards. I mean, 2 are in the same spot, basically, but pretty much covering, and I guess, honestly, just to keep in mind with phase rush, that it's like, if he hits me again, he'll be able to get out of the queue pretty fast. just sort of procking my grasp. I was really contemplating just R'ing him here, but like I really wanted to hit him with an E first, and then he was too far under tower, and I had no mana. So I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it. But honestly, it's just, I'm trying to think how I could have just played it better at all, because it's like I feel like I'm doing really good in trading wise. I do get him to slow down. Unfortunately, I don't take into account the flash. He gets his phase rush off as well. It's just like the movement is crazy, and I was like, wow, that's actually smart. Like once he did this play, then I started actually really being like, okay, wow, I need to play this really seriously, because then he got that entire wave without me being able there to deny him that. So if he went there with the goal of going around, then coming back to the wave after I chase him because he knew he can outrun me to do that, that's what I thought. Now, I honestly think it's better to assume that they can do much more than they're actually capable of, because then you'll always be prepared for it, and if they don't, then they don't. But like if you think about it, then they're like, oh, they did do that, then you're prepared for it. But anyways, there I was like, okay, I actually really need to take this seriously, even though that like he is just weak, going to be proxy, and I need to think about how to like stop him. So honestly, I think mainly just because I was playing Sign and I have faster wave clear than him, like at a certain point, then it's like I can just clear this wave, go back, and then challenge him. Because normally proxying is like just like horrible for the person if they don't have fast wave clear, because then I would still be stuck up there clearing the wave. And then honestly here I was just like, I'm gonna just sacrifice like some of my wave just to like get him off. But honestly, I realized since I let some of the minions through, it didn't matter anyways. I think Briar's here to help. So once I see that, then that's when I just get the ult off. And he's done for. And then it kind of just goes like that. I don't know really what he was thinking after that point, because it's like he sort of just did the same thing. And then the same result happened. So again, sort of the same situation, and I realized I don't want to miss too much CS. I actually want to see how much CS I'm behind or ahead. I don't know. Yeah, I can see whatever. I was at 78 and he's at something. And still pick up all that juicy gold, so we're fine. And then here, yeah. And honestly, I think this was a creative sort of cue, because it's like I knew he was basically trapped at this point, because he would not be able to get out. If he turned back, he'd get hit by Briar. It was just kind of over. So honestly, it's just the thing. It's like I really want to look for more that, like, I don't know. It was an alright game, but I feel like I could have done better to stop the proxy. I guess just honestly the beginning, just asking the mid laner to watch here. Because I just feel like there's no point in having, like, unless you know that like there's people there for like a in-date or something, or for an easy pick, you can go for it. But like I just feel like there's no point in having 3 people in the same vision sphere. Like, but it's fine. So honestly, it's like playing around the, honestly really focusing on the team. And then like sort of understanding like if they're able to help or not. But honestly from there, I think definitely the biggest thing, just watching allied minion health to predict AoEs really useful stuff. And just playing for the team, because like those games were definitely won because I just peeled the carry. Peeled, like one game is the Orianna. I just peeled the Orianna. I kept ulting for the Orianna so she could get a free ult while the orb was on me. So like, yeah, honestly felt this was a really good block back after this, especially. And it's fine again to have bad blocks, but I really felt I needed that bad block to get this good game. You get a good block here, especially just because these two games are really interesting. I actually really enjoyed these two games, even though I basically got stomped at early lane. Really enjoyable. But yeah, was a bit of a long review, but I honestly really wanted to dig in with this one.